Welcome to Inside Outboards with your host, Cody Bass.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Big hello to all the new subscribers and thank you for subscribing. Alright, so I went out, got me a spring, and put it in there. Then I heated the end here and rolled it up and shaped it like that. So it can, once it pulls in, it'll catch right here in that channel there. So, like I said, don't forget the washer inside. Get rid of the old ropages. Whichever one. I need to pick. Rope out. Get the rope out. She's in there. Outboard OUTBOARD'S. There we go. I think I'm getting somewhere. Get rid of that. And go get me a new piece. I'll go to my torch. And I got about 6 feet of line. And I gotta make it pretty. Make everything come to a point. Yeah, it's got to come to a point like that. So you can get it in there. And what you're supposed to do is tie a knot and then feed this pointy end back into the hole. Because they don't give you a lot of room in there. So tie the little overhand knot. Then if you can, stick the end of it with your little pointy thing. You ain't gonna be able to see this, it's too tight. You just see this. So I'll try to show you when I get it in there. There it goes. So I stuck the pointy end of that back in the hole that it came through, and like I said, I don't think you can see it. And that draws the knot down flush. I'll shine a light on it, but it countersinks the knot down into the hole. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, that's what the books say do. So we do it. Books say do it, so we do it. Then you just wind it, wind, wind, and wind, and wind. And you can do this step after too. It don't have to be right now. Okay, then there's that little pin. We got to get that pin in that hole, but you also got to take, is this it? No. This hardened thing, which is all bent up, and this gives strength to the end of the wire. I was hoping I had another one, but I don't. So, well, that's too much probably. But anyway, let me see if I might have to take it over my vice. This is strong stuff here. You know what? Let me see. May not matter. May not matter. I bent it too much. I bent it too much. So we unbent it some. This thing's all jacked up. So that, it's all jacked up. course, I could get a better pair of pliers. Something a little more flat tip. Maybe I can unkitty-womp it. Don't know. It's going to be close, I think. No, not even. I just don't know. See, that looks too aggressive to me. That ain't how that goes. That ain't how that goes. I mean, it is, but it ain't. I might just go get another one. Two of them laying here, but it don't. So I'll be right back. Hey, little guy. How you doing? He's just a youngin'. Yeah, all this hard crust snow's making it really hard for him to get a bite. Hey there. He wants to go that way, but there's some people walking by that way. Yeah, he's cold. Where did he go? There he is. Watch the car. There he goes. Okay, so I went out there and got one and put it in. There's the metal support there. It just reinforces the end. Make sure the washer's there. Now we got to line up that pin that's on the bottom and get it all back in there somehow. And then try and get it all back in here. So there's the pin. Well, hell, that went smooth-ish. And we put this guy. And then we put this guy back in there somehow. Whoops. Well, I guess you have to put it on first. Okay then, I won't argue. Get in there, you. Get in there. And you push that thing around, you see? Keep pushing it with your thumb. Then you get your needle nose like this, and you get that old big chunk of pine needle out of there. The manual don't call for the pine needle. Then. Now when I go to pull it over everything, it'll draw this in. It'll draw this. The manual says leave, I think, a 3/4 to an inch sticking out. It don't matter. It'll suck it in from repeated pulling. So now, let me get the outboard out of that tank so I don't have to fish it all out of there when I drop it in the tank. Drop it in the tank. Now you know that ain't ever happened. You ain't never dropped nothing in that outboard tank. You just making stuff up now. Drop it in the tank. You ain't never dropped nothing. She drains good down there, nice. I like that. You should see about a 1/2 cup to 3/4 cup of water come out of that. That's your forward channel that's draining there. Alrighty. And if you don't, get your air compressor, some wire and stuff, dig the salt and crud or yuck out of there until you do. know you do. See the stuff draining out of there. Now, okay. I think I made a video on this already, but we'll make another one. We'll make another one. It's okay. It's alright. Okay. Right here is a hole. Here's your bolt hole. This little tang has to go in that hole. Then you got to put this save you from you thing in the right spot and everything. And there's supposed to be a little spring wire under there, but it's gone on this one. And I ain't going to study it. So, there's your bolt hole. There's your tang. And it's got to go like that. Roughage. Roughage. Then, we've got to get the 9/16. Put that little cutout for the emergency pull rope, wrap around rope. That gives you enough room to get your socket in there. And then you can see that's where your little tang thing there goes. You save you from yourself thing. Safety interlock, I think is the correct corresponding word. And I'll probably have to wind this a few more times. What I normally find. Just put the rope through the hole. Maybe not on this one. We'll see. If I have to, I have to. Feed this through and tie you some knots. And if you can't tie knots, tie lots. Alright, so good figure eight to do. Never could figure out why they call it a figure eight. Anyway. Let's put it in tight, see if it'll start with the redone starter. Clear. Clear. Contact. All right. Hopefully it won't need choking. Like I said, I put enough line on here that I can cut this and it'll be where it needs to be. Smoky, sticky, sticky, smoky, smoky, stinky. Be smoky, stinky. Okay, so that is how you do a starter on one of these little low profile 9/16, 9/15s, not 16s, 15s. Spin you around, spin you around. Draw your back, draw your back. That smoke lingering. When I cut that rope, I cut it at like 6 feet long. So now I'll draw that much out, retie my knot, cut it, and then it'll pull up where it's supposed to, and you'll still have about 5.5 feet worth of pull. So, what did I did with it? So here was the piece that was broke, on the throttle. It was sticking on the down cog, where the riser that goes up to the mag plate bell crank. So that was broke. The starter spring, that was gone. And the starter reinforcement, spring end reinforcement is all whacked out of, bent out of, whacked. And well, looky here what I found. Remember I told you that little safety interlock's supposed to have a spring? Well, there's half of it. It fell out when it was up on the bench, but it's broke anyway. All right, so we replaced that. We had broke knuckles. Toofuses missing. We replaced that. It pees now. It was just, the thing was, the little pee hole was plugged. I mean, that thing's, you know, it's smaller than a matchstick. So I also sometimes just take compressed air and shoot it up in there. But it's peeing. It goes in and out of gear fine. It starts. It runs. So now I will have to put the choke carburetor airbox thingy and all that on that holds the choke in place, and I'll have to go out to my bone pile and get that. But it's just cosmetics from here. And like I said, the fella that owns this motor, he had brought a Jet 50 Mercury over with him. They're from Homer, Alaska, commercial fisherman. And he's got property or a fish site or somewhere on one of the adjacent islands here. And I could tell by his wording and mannerism and stuff where he's going. He's going to come to get this motor, and then I'm going to hand him a bill, and he's going to say, the Jet. Well, I don't know anything about the Jet, but it has value to me. And even if it was seized up, because the Jet unit itself, the foot, I'm sure is probably good or totally rebuildable. Those units are expensive. And so, and then the rest of the 50 horse Merc, well, as in my videos that you saw me taking a boat ride with a Mercury 50 horsepower inline 4-cylinder, beautiful motors, 4 cylinders, twin carbs. Carbs are about that big, easy to work on. I've got a 50 on my boat currently, a non-jet 50 Merc inline 4. So whatever parts are on there are just, money in the bank parts for me. So, Now what I'm going to do is put this little rubber grippy thing on here because it's too hard to do, especially if you got gloves on. So a little contact cement. Oh, making a mess, of course. All the way down, you know. Then I'm going to put some in there. And ideally, I'd let this set a little while, you know, while I do some other things, but it's going to set in here overnight anyway, so it don't really matter. Just using regular old rubber contact cement. You got a hole for the screw. You line up with the screw on here till they get right there. Then I'm gonna wipe off that excess and just let it sit there overnight and get good and hard. Then I'll have some grippy, and I can grippy. You understand? So, now it's got a grippy handle on it. That's going to be a wrap on this here video. That's all I'm going to do to this thing. I've already done too much, really. Because like I said, I know where this was going as far as payment is concerned. And I haven't even pulled that jet in here yet and looked at, you know, whether it's seized or... But I will. And, but right now outside, if you notice, I just barely got my door open getting these fumes out of here because right now outside it's about 5 degrees. Yeah, it sucks. So, but I got other projects, you understand. So I'll try and get that jet in here, get this video going, and see what we find when I take off the bonnet, because I don't know. But I got to move some things around. And then I'm going to try and continue on my little 7 1/2. I'm doing one more mod to that I'll show you. So that's coming up. So stick around. We got lots more coming, and thanks for watching.
More vids are coming on Inside Outboards with Cody Bass.